My parents gave my apartment to my brother as a symbolic gift at a baby shower I wasn't invited to. They forged documents, celebrated like I was dead, and expected me to smile while they handed over my home. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just reclaimed every inch, quietly, and made sure they'd never forget it. If you've ever been betrayed by family, this story is for you. Hit play, smash that like button, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping Reddit stories. Hi, I'm Jake, 32, and last month my life blew up when I got uninvited from my own apartment's baby shower. It started with a cake. Not a normal one. One of those fondant tortured nightmares that looks like Tiffany & Co. had a breakdown during a gender reveal. Blue ribbons, edible pearls, tiny plastic shoes stacked on top like it was a damn fertility totem. My mom was next to it, all proud and beaming like she'd personally reversed generational poverty through Pinterest. And me? I wasn't even supposed to be there. Technically, I wasn't invited. Got the address from my cousin, who texted it with a PLS "don't tell anyone I sent this" kind of vibe. I wasn't planning to show. I had a dozen reasons not to, but I came. With a gift too, a vintage silver rattle engraved with the baby's initials, wrapped like it meant something, because it did. I stood at the back, nursing a drink I poured myself, and watched the pastel chaos unfold. Balloon arches collapsing like dying jellyfish, someone's toddler licking the frosting off every visible cupcake, and my brother grinning like the prom king of irresponsibility. Then the room shifted. The clinking of a glass. That sound in our family means something's about to go down. My mom stood up, framed in phone cameras and approval, and made her announcement. "Family is everything," she said. Oh, great. That line, it's like a code, a prelude to betrayal. She held up a gold-trimmed frame. Inside it, a deed. Real estate, my apartment, paid in full, my name, my money, my sanctuary, and she was gifting it to my brother and his girlfriend. Applause like they'd just cured cancer with a Pottery Barn crib. I walked over slowly, took the frame out of her hands, and read it. My name, clear as daylight. Then my dad leaned in close, like he was offering me a used car, and whispered, "You have 30 days to vacate." I smiled. 1 day is enough. By 5 a.m., the building manager had opened the door. I didn't explain, didn't yell, just showed him the paperwork, original title, utility receipts, mortgage payments, all in my name. The real name. No fake email, no forged signatures, just hard facts printed on white paper and the quiet look of someone who's done waiting to be polite. By 7 a.m., the crew arrived. 4 people, moving as efficiently as surgeons, all hired with rush fees and a group chat titled Correction Team. I pointed. I didn't need to speak. I had a list. Cabinets, gone. Fixtures, removed. Flooring, ripped up and stacked. The crib that had become the Instagram altar of their parental journey, disassembled, carefully, respectfully, wrapped in protective foam and placed by the front door. I wasn't being cruel. I was being exact. I took nothing that wasn't mine. That was the point. No revenge, just subtraction. I had the washer-dryer disconnected and rolled out, bought with my card, shipped to my address, installed by me. The IKEA dresser with the wobbly leg, packed. The Etsy wall sign that said, "Our little nest," peeled, bubble-wrapped, boxed. The baby monitor with cloud sync, gone. I didn't touch the coffee mugs. I took the ones I bought, left theirs. By 9:30 a.m., the apartment looked like the aftermath of a controlled purge. The bones remained. The shell. But everything they had added, everything they'd called home, had vanished. At 11 a.m., I made coffee. My coffee. In my kitchen, with my beans. I sat on the one chair they never used, the one I always liked best, and watched the silence return like an old friend. It was almost too quiet, like the walls were adjusting, like they were grateful. At 6:41 p.m., my brother texted, "Is this a joke?" I replied, "Not yet, but tomorrow's delivery might be." He didn't respond. Not immediately. Probably still standing in the echo of a living room that no longer held their future. Probably still looking at the holes in the floorboards they once called an upgrade. See, the apartment was never meant to be theirs. Not even a little. I bought it in 2020, pre-pandemic, after 3 years of eating beans and avoiding concerts. 2-bedroom, corner unit. Good light in the kitchen. Walking distance to work. I never posted about it. Never shared pictures. Never even had a housewarming. I didn't need anyone to clap for me. I just needed a place that was mine. Then came my brother. Temporarily, he said. Just until we find something. He and his girlfriend arrived like a cute hurricane. 2 duffels, a yoga mat, and a cat named Marshmallow who clawed everything. I said, sure, 1 month, maybe 2. They stayed for 19. I never asked for rent, not once. Occasionally they offered groceries. Sometimes they followed through. Most times they didn't. But I didn't track it. I figured they were looking. I figured wrong. They started with new floorboards, mid-range laminate. My brother said it was an upgrade for all of us. We're investing, he said. He paid. I let it go. Next came the bookshelf, 160 IKEA hack. White frame, fake gold legs. She posted a time-lapse of him building it with the caption, "Our place is coming together." I was behind the camera. Their language shifted. Your apartment became our space. Thanks for letting us stay became, we love this home. We're looking became silence. They left toothbrushes in my cup, shoes by my door, laundry in my machine. They filled my space, but never acknowledged the boundaries. I didn't speak up. I didn't want to fight. I just wanted peace. Then they posted the sonogram, her smiling, him flexing in the background like a caveman discovering ultrasound. No direct message, just a story. I sent a congrats. He replied, "We should talk about making things more permanent." I didn't ask what that meant. They never clarified. 3 weeks later, my parents called. My mom asked if I'd consider gifting the apartment. Not legally. Just symbolically, she said. They're starting a family. You're doing well. It wouldn't kill you. I said no. She said, "Don't be dramatic." I hung up. What followed wasn't a request. It was a plan, without me. 3 weeks before the baby shower, while I was still thinking maybe, they'd come to their senses, my brother scheduled a notary appointment using a fake email address he created under my name. Not even a clever one. It was literally my name, 2 numbers, and a random Gmail. My dad handled the logistics. My mom coordinated with a lawyer friend from her book club. They found an old tax form I'd filled out back in 2018, scanned my signature, and slapped it onto the property transfer paperwork like it was a permission slip. The forgery wasn't even good. It was blurry, misaligned. And yet, it passed. They filed the documents. The title was reassigned. Ownership, according to county records, now said my brother and his girlfriend. Not me. I found out at the baby shower. Or more accurately, they announced it at the baby shower. Like it was a damn prize in a raffle. "A gift from all of us," my mom beamed, holding up that gold-trimmed frame. The crowd clapped. My brother smiled like he'd just been crowned Prince of Gentrification. His girlfriend wiped a tear. My aunt shrieked, "You're amazing!" like they'd rescued the apartment from me. I stood, took the frame, read the name, my name, and handed it back. Quietly. Then came my dad's whisper, "You have 30 days to vacate," and my reply, "1 day is enough." No one saw the removal crew. No one heard the floors being unfastened plank by plank. No one knew that by morning the building manager had already reset the buzzer code and changed the digital lock. They didn't expect action. They expected outrage. They wanted a scene. I gave them silence. I opened my laptop, pulled every bank statement, every email receipt, Every Venmo transfer labeled roof, dentist, Uncle Rob, mom meds, family fund. In 4 years, I'd sent $91,200 to cover things no one else wanted to deal with. Add that to the apartment's mortgage, taxes, insurance, repairs, $112,000. Furniture, $9,300. Food, utilities, and every bottle of overpriced oat milk, $6,700. Total spent, $200 to $19,200. Total contributed by anyone else, $100. That's if I count the floorboards and the bookshelf. I put it all in a folder. No narrative, no commentary, just facts. I titled it, Correction. At 8:06 a.m. the next morning, a moving truck pulled up to the building. Not a threat, just a delivery. The driver unloaded 64 flat-packed cardboard boxes, each one labeled in clean black font, Start Fresh. There were check boxes on the side. Room, contents, owner, pre-marked, categorized. On the top box, a white envelope. Inside, a typed packing guide, titled Everything You Brought. Box 1, baby clothes, boxes 2-4, unrequested nursery decor. Box 5, shared toothbrush, still not mine. Boxes 6-11, excuses. Box 12, let's talk. Boxes 13-40, my silence. Boxes 41-62, entitlement. Box 63, your floor. Box 64, dignity, taped beneath a note. You have 30 days. Thought I'd help you get started. I watched them open the door on the hallway camera. My brother stared like the boxes were rigged to explode. His girlfriend stood behind him with a mug in hand, and that ratty robe she always wore when she wanted sympathy. He bent down, opened box 1, empty. She started crying. Not loud, just that hiccup sob, the kind that says, this isn't happening, even when it clearly is. That night, my phone lit up like a pity disco. Brother, what is wrong with you? Mom, this isn't how family behaves. Dad, you made your point. Enough. Sister, are you okay? Like, actually okay? I didn't respond. I'd already sent the spreadsheet. Subject line, apartment, final numbers. Attached, the full PDF, itemized, unapologetic. Every avocado pit, every load of laundry, every bite of food that came with a side of delusion. At 4:17 p.m., my mom left a voicemail. We never meant to take it. It was symbolic, for the baby. I renamed the audio file, symbolic.mp3, and archived it. The next day, my brother showed up in person. Hoodie, sweatpants, holding a half-folded box like it might earn him grace. He rang the buzzer 5 times. I watched through the peephole. He left the box on the doormat and walked away. It rained that night. The cardboard turned to pulp. Inside was a note. You're really going to do this? After everything? I didn't reply. Not because I was angry, because I was finished. That weekend, I returned the favor. 6 boxes. All the laminate flooring they installed. Every plank, screw, foam sheet. Delivered to their new place. Couriered, signed for. Label on each box, technically yours, reclaimed. Note. Inside. Rebuilding's easier with your own materials. No reply, no social post, just silence. They moved out quietly. No goodbye, no group chat drama, just vanished. By the end of the month, the apartment was mine again. Smelled like nothing. No candles, no weird oils. Their coats were gone. The crib, disassembled. Banner, folded and returned. Nobody asked for the 64 boxes back. I didn't expect them to. Then came the email. Subject, family reconciliation. 4 bullet points. Let's not let money come between us. This can still be a win for everyone. Forgiveness is a gift. Remember who was there when you needed help. I didn't reply. I forwarded it to myself, changed the subject line, family rebranding, then archived it. The place was finally quiet. I kept it that way. Some nights I sat in the dark, just listening. No noise, no footsteps, no fake gratitude. Then came the outreach. New tone. Sister, let's reset. No drama, no receipts. Mom, I know we made mistakes, but you're the wise one. Dad, come to dinner. Let's talk, man to man. I said yes. Not because I trusted them, because I was ready to end it. They picked an Italian place. Decent lighting, cheap tablecloths. They were already seated. Wine poured, 2 glasses. I didn't touch mine. Mom went first. We were overwhelmed. Things got complicated. We thought it was symbolic. It came from a good place. I waited. Then I opened my bag. 3 things. A USB drive. A folder. 1 laminated sheet. Dad reached for the USB. I pulled it back. You won't need that. I've already emailed it to your employers and your bank. He froze. I handed the folder to Mom. Inside, termination of co-signed accounts, revocation of power of attorney, end of all financial support. I turned to my sister. You're off the insurance. Last week. She blinked, then shrugged. That's fine. I'll figure it out. I nodded. You will. My brother didn't come to the dinner. I didn't expect him to. He got his own delivery, hand-signed, tracked, delivered by courier. Inside the envelope, an invoice for unlawful property use, a full breakdown of damages, repairs, and lost value, a QR code linking to a Dropbox folder titled Resources to Get Started. In the folder, resume templates, cover letter examples, a mock LinkedIn profile, a PDF, how to find a job when the free ride ends. No note, just documentation. That Saturday, I hosted a picnic. Not for family, for ex-family. Public park, folding table, plastic cups, name tags with first names and job title. Problem was, no one had job titles, so I made extra tags. Each one said, available, ask me about my skills. My aunt cried. My cousin called it performance art. My mom said, this feels harsh. I said, good, that means it's working. Then I handed out folders. Each one had a printed job board URL, a budgeting worksheet, a sticky note that read, you said I was the responsible one. Time to be responsible too. The following Monday, I filed a police report. Not a lawsuit, not charges, just a formal notice of forgery and identity misuse. The officer at the desk asked if I wanted to press charges. I said, not yet. By Thursday, my dad's lawyer emailed me. Subject, concern about escalation body. Let's not destroy the family over some paperwork. We can resolve this privately. This isn't what your mother wants. I replied, you wanted a life without me. Let me show you what that looks like. They stopped calling. But silence from them isn't peace. It's confusion. They didn't know how to mention me anymore, so they didn't. Not by name. Not directly. But I still heard everything. Thanks to my cousin in Indiana. The accidental mole in every family group chat. She never adds commentary, just forwards. One day, a photo of my mom wearing her healing scarf while shelving books at the public library. She told people she just wanted to stay active. The truth? She needed the part-time job. Her insurance no longer covered her blood pressure meds. She sold 2 handbags, the ones she once called investments. Now she calls them unnecessary joy. My father downsized his car. Not for the environment, for the payments. He traded in his hybrid for a used silver sedan with 1 headlight that flickers when you turn left. A guy at the dealership, my cousin's boyfriend, texted me, your dad looked tired, like he didn't know which car he was trading. His office got moved too. He's not in the corner suite anymore. Some junior associate mentioned it during a group Zoom call that got screen recorded and forwarded to me. He said he just needs less space now. He didn't mention that the family phone plan was shut off, or the iCloud calendar he lost access to, or the data package I'd been covering for 3 years. My sister moved in with her boyfriend's mom. It was supposed to be temporary. That was 5 months ago. The guest room has a rug that smells like wet dog and expired shampoo. She keeps calling it transitional housing. Like that makes it less sad. She also posted a quote last week. Sometimes growth looks like falling apart first. Caption, mood. She had to split her tuition into 3 separate payment plans. I used to cover it all. Now she's juggling logins, missing due dates, getting auto emails about delinquent balances. She told our cousin she cried after being on hold for 40 minutes with the registrar's office. Hung up, tried again the next day. Progress. She's learning. My cousin texted me dryly. Slowly. My brother threw his kid's first birthday party in their new place. I wasn't invited, obviously, but one of the neighbors was, and she posted photos on Facebook. No matching plates, no decor theme. The cupcakes were from a clearance rack. One balloon popped mid-sentence. The Bluetooth speaker never paired. They used someone's phone to play music. No photographer, just blurry iPhone timers and half smiles. The napkin said "blessed" in gold. Someone crossed out the word with pen. They've started referring to their finances as tight, which is what people say when they don't want to admit they're broke. I know my brother downloaded a budgeting app. I know because it asked for my referral code by mistake. He never used it. One weekend, 34% of their expenses were marked miscellaneous. That old family group chat? It's been renamed. Now it's called Support Circle. I'm not in it, but my cousin is, and she still sends me screenshots. Same blue bubbles, same fake enthusiasm. Mom, guess who made lemon bars? No one replied. Dad, forgiveness adds 5 years to your life. Seen by 2, no hearts. Sister posted a selfie. Caption, growth. She was sitting on the same rug. Still no job. Thanksgiving came and went. I only knew it happened because someone shared a blurry photo from the day. The turkey was burned. One of the chairs was a beach chair. Music played from a phone cup. They'd printed out a gratitude list and left it on the table. 5 blank lines. Only 2 were filled in. 1. Health. 2. Hope. No one smiled in the photo. No one mentioned my name, not once. That's what stood out. Not the sadness, not the dysfunction, but the effort it took to pretend I never existed. By then I'd already rebuilt the floors, took them down to the sublayer, sanded, sealed, replaced every board with warm oak. Honest, matte finish. Quiet underfoot. No creaks. No apologies. Then I painted the walls. Soft gray. Not trendy, not cold, just still. The living room lost 2 chairs. Gained a reading corner. The kitchen got under cabinet lighting. The laundry closet became an actual room. No one asked for updates. No one checked in. That made it easier. It was the first time I ever designed a space without thinking about someone else's comfort. And then I met her. In a hardware store, of course. She was arguing about grout color with a sales guy who clearly didn't care. I made a joke. She didn't laugh. She corrected the punchline. Made it better. We left with the wrong grout in each other's numbers. Our first date was takeout on the floor. Mine, newly installed, still smelling like effort and clean wood. She brought her own fork. Said she doesn't eat with plastic. I respected that. She didn't ask about my family. Not for months. When she finally did, it was casual, like asking about a canceled subscription. I told her the short version, said I'd been quietly quitting them. She asked, "Did they notice?" I said, "They're still performing the loss. I just stopped clapping." She nodded and changed the subject to paint primers. We built slowly. Steady. By month 6, she had her own drawer. By 8, her toothbrush stayed. By 10, we were engaged. By 11, expecting. She told me like it was a weather update. Calm, clear, certain. I didn't cry. I sat on the kitchen floor, holding the bowl she used every morning. It felt heavier somehow. We didn't announce it. No social post, no group chat, no fake sentiment wrapped in pastel. It wasn't a secret. It just wasn't for them. They found out anyway. My aunt sent a text. Congratulations, I guess. No follow-up, no gift. Perfect. They didn't ask to be part of it. I didn't offer. Not from anger, just understanding. There's no room in a space built for peace for people who only bring noise. Now, I wake up in quiet. Real quiet. She moves like she belongs. Because she does. We argue sometimes, parking, groceries, dishes. But no one yells, no one leaves, no one says, "You owe me," and means history. When the baby kicks, she laughs like it's a surprise. Every time. There's a closet of hand-me-downs we declined, and a crib we built ourselves. No hashtags, no bows, no chalkboard signs that say, "Miracle." Some nights we sit in the nursery and say nothing, and nothing doesn't hurt anymore. Nothing means enough. I didn't take the apartment back to prove anything. I did it because peace takes space, because boundaries need walls, because love isn't owed, it's chosen. Now my name's on the mailbox, the deed, the pediatrician forms, not as a placeholder, as home,